Well, we're back on the Suzuki. I got my oil circulator 9000 hooked up. Anyway, it's hooked to my compressor. This is a cool little thing. It's a fluid. It sucks the fluid out. I don't know the right words for it. Sorry. But yeah, you just turn the valve, and I must not have it hooked up in the garage. So yeah, I got my fluid pump hooked up, and just turn it on. I gotta do that to get to the fuel pump. Got a fuel pump kit for it, so gotta take this off your oil tank, and this just makes it easy. It's no spills, no muss, no fuss, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there it goes. Just let it sit and do its thing. I've done this a couple of times now already. I think it's like the fourth time, but it makes it easy because otherwise, man, it would really be, it would be kind of a pain. They make the pump up ones, like, so if you're out doing this oil changes and stuff in the marinas, if you're out in the marinas and you're doing oil changes and things like that, which I don't do, but I know a lot of guys do, and then a pump up one would be great because you're just going to get all the oil out. Some of the engines don't have drain plugs, or they're really hard to get to, so you can, it'll get everything out. Even a little bit of sludge and stuff, it'll get it out of there enough that you can then fill the engine with oil. So yeah, if you're out on the dock, or you're out, you're at a slip at a burrito, and you got to change oil on inboards, or you name it. Even like, say you got generators, whatever. If you have one of these and you got the pump up version, or if you got an onboard compressor somewhere, you can just hook this up. And I've just got a compressor that's I don't know how many gallons it is, but it's got a little handle, so it's a little bigger than, like, say a a pancake compressor, or one that's smaller. Yeah, so mine's just a 20 gallon. It just 20 gallons is all it holds. But yeah, you can see it's dropped it all the way here already. It's only been a few minutes. It's running, but it's kind of running out of fuel. So no telling how long this fuel pump has been on. And then it's just 4 bolts to take this off, and then you gotta undo there it starts to go. And you gotta undo your outlet line, oil line. This line, and that's it. No spills. Grab some tools. And I'll put the lid kind of back on it. This lid's a little funky, so I gotta be careful. Look, everything's metric on this deal. Boy, these inventions have been the greatest thing ever. I've got, like, there's a sensor in here, an oil level. It's on the other side. You just gotta pop that connector, and then there's usually a push-pull brown, which I guess it is. This one's weird wired-wise. It's like white is hot. And it comes off. See, and there's no oil, no drips, no leaks. But on the diagrams they showed this as the full fuel pump. But we got another one here. So this is all tied together. So what I may do is I'm gonna replace this one, and then rebuild it, and then I'm gonna probably order another kit and rebuild this one too. So we got a few lines. We got an oil line here. Let's just start from this side. I have an oil line here that kind of goes up behind it, and it goes into your carb. On the, which you can't maybe, well, I can show probably up here. You know, this is our fuel outlet side. So it's coming up here, it's going into this pump, and it's also coming up here going to this pump. And of course this pump pumps out, so this pump then pumps out to the carburetor, all three carburetors, and then it also goes out up here. So this is, you know, this is your top because it goes up to, this is like, they call it a choke energizer. I've taken this off and cleaned it, checked there's a float in here, and you want to check that needle, make sure it's good, and this should be closed. This is if you needed to choke manually, you would open all the way up. For some reason, you know, your choke wasn't working, and it's really hard to get this motor started without the choke. And they even say that in the manual, so you want this closed. Now we have another line that's back here, and this line, if you see, goes down and it goes over to the other side of the carburetor. Yes, for whatever reason, this tube that we got that's on the back side of this energizer goes down and hits the bottom carburetor. So to get this pump off, you got to disconnect some lines, like this line and this line and this line, and then we got 2 bolts right here, and the whole thing comes off. Okay, we got our Suzuki pump off, and so we just want to take everything apart. It's pretty simple, anyway, it looks to be. Got our Suzuki part number 15100-7281B, and looks pretty. These were like, I don't know, there were all kinds of things that use these kind of pumps, but it's like 2 diaphragms and a spring, so doesn't look too bad. Whole series of bolts. Obviously this is up to our starter circuit there for your, you know, your choke. But what I want to do is I'm going to lay because I don't know, but I'm going to lay this like this, and I'm going to take these screws and I'm going to lay them out in a circle. They should all be the same length, I think, but we won't know until I get this all out. So these two are kind of like that. So far we're looking good. I would think you'd maybe do a small dab of blue Loctite when you put it all back together. Let's do all of them in a circle first. I think I'll do that. I think I'll put some blue Loctite on. I don't know if it didn't seem like it called for it, but it'll make it from moving on you. And so we had a small one in the very center. And all these were all the same size. So then we'll try to see if we can get this thing loose. Oh yeah, she's been on there a while. It looks like there might be a little pry action maybe we can do there. Looks like how you're going to line them up. Obviously. Let's see what happens if we do this. There maybe a bigger screwdriver. There we go. Oh, it's pretty. Now we had this little ring. Looks like a little plastic ring. Looks like I got some sort of debris and a couple of check valves. Didn't get a check valve kit for it. Probably need to. Yeah, that's what has happened. Is that maybe this check valve see if we have a little washer that goes there. We have to try to find some check valves. Just double checking this before I go all willy-nilly on it. That was sitting, it was sitting like that, so it must have been like right here. Alright, well, let's take the other side off and then see what it looks like. See if we can get it pop loose. No, so let's do something like this. Unless there's another. Alright, so on the bottom, we don't have, it looks like, any locations to line this up. So what I want to do is I want to mark it with the paint pen. And since I'm cleaning it out with carb cleaner, I'll do it a couple places and then probably really actually think about this. Probably really need to mark it. Whatever my little tool is. So maybe just scratch it. Now it'll go back exactly how it was. So I don't know if I can do something like this. Yeah. And there's a little spring. Which, you know, ours is different. And I can see right here that, like, the check valve, this one's probably going to need a new check valve. That's probably why it was running out of fuel. This one's probably damaged. Oh yeah, can you guys see that? That check valve, I'm gonna have to get some, whoa! I'm gonna have to get some check valves for this. Pretty simple, but I actually like this design. This was interesting to me. So, you know, since I'm doing this, maybe I'm gonna go ahead and pull that other fuel pump off and see what it looks like. Because if that's like that, then the other check valves would be like that as well. Oh yeah, I can see where they're both just cracked. You probably can't see this, but even the other one, you see, I don't know if you can see that or not. See how that's cracked right there at the top? I think. Yeah, it looks like on the bottom. And then this side, you know, it's all deformed on top. And I don't know. I may have, I doubt that I have any kind of pieces like that. That's a problem. Alright, well, I guess, let me put all this stuff in a plastic bag, because now I know, like, this screw is our small screw, this is our bigger screws. I'm just going to put it all in a bag, and I'm going to see if I can't get some check valves for it. Yeah, that looks terrible. Whoa. Yeah, look right here, it's just all kinds of, I don't know if I can't hold the light and show you, but right there, man, it looks pretty bad. This thing will run pretty good once you get a fuel pump in it. Let's put that all in a baggie. And, oh, there's our spring. So it looked like, where's that? So I had this spring, and then this spring was like this. I'm guessing. I don't think it was like that. So now I'm gonna have to go back and look at my video. Interesting design. Let's put this in the baggie, this in the baggie. And I'm gonna get I'm gonna take the other fuel pump off. I'm gonna put this kit back together, because I don't think we don't have all the parts that we need. Alright, I got the other fuel pump off. I just want to look at it. It's not as bad, but it's still got, you know, on the diaphragm a lot of, it looks pretty bad. So I guess though, by taking this one off is good too. I did the same thing, but now I can see where the springs go. So like this bigger spring, it goes right here, and then this, it's that, you can tell because there's a little lip, and then that, anyway, that fits like that. And then on this one, this bigger spring goes down in here.